Imagine finishing all of tomorrow's study material tonight and still remembering it a month later. Sounds too good to be true, right? But it's not. I'm going to show you 4 study strategies so effective they feel like cheating. These aren't recycled tips. They're methods I used to master 47 pages of dense corporate policy in just 36 minutes last week. And here's the best part. You don't need any apps or caffeine. Just a smarter system your brain actually loves. I had a last-minute work surprise. Let me tell you what happened. It was Tuesday afternoon. I'm catching up on email when my manager casually drops in. She says, "Oh, by the way, you're briefing the exec team on the new AI compliance regulations, Friday morning." My heart stopped beating for what felt like a minute. That was 47 pages of dense, legal, mind-numbing material, and 72 hours to learn it all. I'm known at work for being the productivity nerd, but even I froze. Rereading everything wasn't an option. So I tested out 4 new techniques I'd been researching for my channel. By Friday, I didn't just survive. I got a compliment from the CFO. She said, "You sounded like you wrote the policy." The first technique I used was 60-second snapshots. It's an audio recall hack because, let's be honest, how often do you go back and read all those pages of notes? This technique flips that. It's called the 60-second snapshot. I read one idea, then immediately taught it out loud in 60 seconds into my voice memo app. Then I read one idea or concept. Next, I closed the book. I opened my phone's voice recorder. The idea is to explain the idea like you're teaching it. I saved it to a snapshot playlist. Don't worry about being perfect. You're not explaining it for someone else. You're doing it so you understand it. This taps into 2 powerful effects. The generation effect, you create the content, and the production effect, you say it out loud, which studies show makes memory stick better. I made 18 snapshots over 2 evenings. I didn't sit down again to review, just played them on the way to work. That was 36 minutes total, 0 added study time, just smarter input. The second technique I tried is the reverse calendar compression. Most people build study plans starting from today and pushing forward. This strategy does the opposite. And it's all about working backward from your deadline. This is how I did it. Mark your deadline on a calendar. Work backwards. Assign a long gap review first, like 4 days prior, then medium, 2 days, then final, day before, or morning of. Each review session gets shorter as the deadline gets closer. This technique mirrors your brain's optimal forgetting curve, but also builds pressure in reverse, which tricks your brain into urgency mode without the panic. Gaps or missing review days show you exactly what's being neglected, so nothing falls through. By the time Thursday night rolled around, I knew exactly what needed one more pass and what was already locked in. If you are finding this video helpful, please like and subscribe for more tips. The third technique is environmental tethering. Let's talk about your environment. Most people don't realize this. Your brain anchors information to the space you're in. This technique uses that fact. You assign different study topics to different physical locations. For example, the kitchen is where you do case studies. You could do key terms in the stairwell. Summaries could be done by a window or doorway. You only review that topic in its assigned spot. And here's why this works. When you change location, you trigger a new contextual memory pathway. That context acts like a mental bookmark. For me, I tethered Section 102 about legal data to the elevator lobby. On Friday, someone asked a deep dive question and I blanked. Then I mentally pictured the lobby, the pattern of the floor, and boom, the answer came back, word for word. Let me tell you, I was so relieved. Then I came to technique number 4, microstake dopamine loops. Everyone talks about motivation. But the key isn't motivation, it's dopamine direction. This is how I set it up step by step. Break content into 5-question micro quizzes. Text a friend. If I get less than 4 out of 5, I owe you a $5 coffee. Take quiz aloud. No cheating. If you pass, they send you a ridiculous congratulatory meme. Why does this work? Anticipating either a win or a small loss fires up norepinephrine and dopamine in the brain. That combo enhances focus during retrieval, exactly when you need it. I did 7 of these during lunch breaks. I lost twice and bought 2 lattes. But my average recall score on a self-test jumped from 68% to 92% in 3 days. So what happened by Friday morning? I walked into that boardroom with 47 pages of material in my head, not memorized, but truly understood. I didn't cram. I didn't burn out. I used 38 minutes of smart capture, environmental tethers for fast recall, a backward countdown calendar, and a few high-stakes coffee bets. These methods aren't flashy. They're not trending. But they work because they were built for how your brain actually learns. Try this. Tonight, record one 60-second audio snapshot. Pick a hallway or corner to tether your most confusing topic. Then send a microstake quiz challenge to a friend. Tomorrow, come back and tell me in the comments which one felt like cheating. And if it blew your mind, imagine what happens when you use all 4 together.